Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to Senpai. Now, a few days ago, I made a mistake, and I went and said happy birthday to...
Oh, yeah, last week by accident.
Yeah, but that's okay. But today's official birthday, so he's 71 years young, or 17. And you know what?
Happy birthday!
Today was the first time that little bit strike. He did. She got 2 strikes and a spare back to back.
Yes.
And she figured out a new technique.
Yes.
And Senpai also went and he actually won the last game, which is so cool. Anyhow, so guys, listen. This is the question. For those of you who have already purchased your T-shirt, do you want the signature on the front or the back? I'm only saying this because there's a few of you that have purchased it and you say, hey, I'm going to frame it. And I would assume that in that case, the signature should be in the front. When I mean my signature, I mean my signature. The number and the signature. Now, I was thinking if it was in the lower portion around the waist in the back with the number, and then my signature will be right behind the neck, because that's the #1 spot for me. So that's how I'm going to do most of them. But some people may want it in the front somewhere. And if you do, then pick a spot. I'm speaking specifically right now to El Salsero himself, and also Fernando Mateas. So both you guys, and I'll reach out to you. In the meantime, some of you guys were confused, and I'm going to clarify. These 2 songs, so you gonna dance for us?
No, with this one, I really can't dance to these.
Well, not yet. But you was dancing. Anyway, for those of you, we're a dancing family. We are a dancing family. What happened? Like you shy?
Kind of.
Yeah, you're just shy of 5 feet. You're 5 because you're 4'11". That's the only time I see you shy, really.
This one, I don't know how to dance to, that's why.
Not yet. Okay, ready? You see. So this is you. This is this little bit in her lyrics. One more time, guys, and listen for your name. So this is pretty cool. It's a world premiere, second time around.
On point pages, 97 set the tone. Kevin Thomas wrote it. I brought the story home. History is sport karate. Truth in the feature. Found a Jerry Fast feet. Now we back to the future. September 20th. Bronx energy pure. Press play. Vets and visionaries and all back to the future. On point in the ink. UMAN OGs in the house. Stronger than you think. Car wheels are too loud. Old school and sick. Being his legends 30 years and up. We link. UMAN OGs lead the way. Salute and let it ring. Let it ring. 40 plus fam with a champion code. Sniper fighter. Forms left the legacy low. No excuses. Retired. Then you got time. Hard rounds. Head is tight. Redefine your prime. Health and longevity. Fountain and stride. Discipline. Daily wear the years with pride. Age brackets. Lines on the map. Fair. Respect the craft. Put your rank in the air. To the future. On point in the ink. UMAN OGs in the house. Stronger than you think. Car wheels are twisted out. Old school and sick. Being his legends 30 years and up. We link. UMAN OGs lead the way. Salute and let it ring. Classic technique. Footwork clean. Ashy Barati glide. Keep the angles mean. Back fist lightning. Reverse punch beam. Car wheel is sweet. Old school dream. Forms like scripture. Breathing on ride from 97 columns to the present night. We honor the past and we fight the good fight to the future. On point in the ink, you man OGs in the house, stronger than you think. Car wheels and sweeps aloud, old school and sick. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up. We link you man OGs, lead the way, salute and let it ring. We wrote the history and we're living it right. Unified martial arts network, you man OGs unite. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up, ignite. From the Bronx to all over the world, we carry the light.
Now, let's keep it real. No promoter has ever done a rhyme for the tournament, dropping the names of many of the competitors. It's not all, but it's many. But when it's all said and done, it'll be all. That's the first song, and it's called Back to the Future, which is an article that Kevin Thomas did in 1997 for the first and second issues of On Point magazine, and it was based on my information sharing of the history of sport karate and the monies that they were giving previously. And then took it to the next level. This is the second song. Excited about this.
On point of the page, 9-7 stamp, we were lacing up the stage. Kevin Thomas wrote it, I broke the story through. History of sport karate, we gave the game truth. Found the Jerry Fast feet, fueling up the crew. September 20th in the Bronx, we back to the future. Back to the future, on point in the ink. UMAN OGs in the house, stronger than you think. Car wheels, sweeps aloud, old school and sync. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up. We link UMAN OGs, lead the way, salute and let it ring. Timeline on it every school. From point to continuous, respect was the rule. Years later now, look around at the crew. Kevin Thomas still competing, yeah, he never flew. We built this bridge from the vets to the youth. Put the legends on wax, gave the world a proof. Now the circle's wider, the fire's in the room. 97 heartbeat still booming like a boom. Back to the future, on point and ink. UMAN OGs in the house, stronger than you think. Cartwheels, sweeps aloud, old school and sync. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up. We link UMAN OGs, lead the way, salute and let it ring. Thomas Hideko with the weapons, 70 to 74. Forms on lock, but the weapons win the war. Jonas Nunez, stacking wins galore. Sheehan, Dirk Williams, Hunshit, Ulysses, Raw, Jesse Smokey Harris is 6'4", Sensei Arango 64 too. Next year 65. Young Lions in the crew, Ernest Hyman, salute the family line. R.I.P. Professor Hyman, legacy divine. Joey Joyce repping Kyoshi Tommy May. Randall Kimber Platinum from that Louisiana way. J.B. La Puppet, Shion Lou Ferrer stay. Kashinda Lamar Thorne 75's don't play. Miguel Thunder King Lopez coming out PA. Marcus the Ox Martinez, Beast by the day. Dennis Melendez, Ivan, Kevin Mendes Sway. Michael Miller leveling, clearing out the way. Kyoshi Willie Nadal, Nickel Sound throwing heat. 45-49 gon' be a hot seat. Rodney Noble, Young Tiger with the forms and sticks. Tim O'Neal, Ninja Cole, Felix Vasquez with the tricks. Back to the future, on point of the ink. UMAN OGs in the house, stronger than you think. Car wheels, sweeps aloud, old school and sync. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up. We live. UMAN OGs lead the way, salute and let it ring. Yeah. Kung Fu Clan, Sifu Raul, Lord T-Shine. Shifu Greg, Shihan, Rocky, Rachel and Line. Shihan, Mimi, Crew, Willie Rivera and Time. Bad Boy Ruiz, that fire still prime. Franklin Senpai Rodriguez, much love. Jose Sanchez, Anthony Lau, from above. A mixed Sterling fight, continuous and point. You banks in the books, let the legends anoint. Torres brothers, Ray and Jay, let's go. Shidoshi, Black Dragon, twins in the flow. Brian Keith Thomas, Tracy Seymour Rise, Urban Riggins Luke, Shihan Bell surprise. Reno Richie moving, Kung Fu on the board. Milton, Louis Keelis, hard like a sword. Master Tyrone, Daniel Ortiz, uptown, Spanish Harlem, stand up. Hold that crown, Mega Martinez, hip hop in the frame. Michael Levy, Long Island, Kung Fu in the game. Paula La Puppet, Mystique in the name. Sensei John Benedict, Damon Kenneth Same. Carlo Flowers, Tito Iglesias in the mix. Stephen and Sean Jones, old school tricks. Siobhan Holmes, Kirk Golden Feet, Holloway. Jetta Queen on cue. Reggie McGee of Harlem, go shoe. Vinny Shrugs, Fada. Salute to the crew. Kenya Dudley stepping. Let the rhythm renew. Senior of the Tony Ray at the Fed. 84, maybe 91. Open up that door. Shan Kyoshi, Tommy Chan. Posture pure. Roger Sensei of PE's. S1 Double War. Iron Core. Shan Bogan. Kwame and Black Man. Ty Bailey K.A. Twin stories retold. Jeffrey Pagan ready. Tony the Tiger Roll. Lou Allaire. Shihan Bell. Warriors on patrol. Jose Alejandro, Arizona. 74. Cousin of Spider Rodriguez. Judge the score. Miss Little Bit helps. Backstage we saw. Apologies to the names that I missed in the race. I'm tired, I confess, but I'm giving you space. This family is massive, a living showcase. From 97 lines to a present day base. Back to the future, on point in the ink. UMAN OGs in the house, stronger than you think. Car wheels, sweeps aloud, old school and sync. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up. We link. UMAN OGs lead the way. Salute and let it ring. We wrote the history and we're living it too. Point on stage, salute to the crew. Back to the future where the classics renew. Respect to the masters and the champs coming through. Unified martial arts network, UMAN OGs unite. Pioneers, legends, 30 years and up ignite. From the Bronx to all over the world. We carry the light.
Again, that's the only time I've ever heard of a martial arts promoter naming the majority of its competitors in a song. Now, have you noticed? Two versions or two different songs with the same people, so there's similarities to it, but not exactly the same. Now, as the music was playing, you saw me waving the official t-shirt, and I mentioned either in the front, for those of you who already bought it, you want me to sign in the front and number in the front is on you. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing it in the back, and what I mean by the back, I'm going to put the number lower side and then put my name right here in the top. But the requests are in, and we're excited. In addition to that, anyway, I'll keep you guys posted to some other announcements. However, I can say this. More people from New Jersey are on their way. When it becomes official, then we'll add them to the next songs. We're excited because we're, 6 days away or 5 days away? 6 days. Let's count.
Tomorrow's
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 6 days away to martial arts reset, because we have to go back to the future. Things were phenomenal. Again, happy birthday to the 17-year-old. I'm being dyslexic in terms of his age, because he is 71 years young. And that's Franklin Senpai Rodriguez. I'm Grandmaster Jerry Fast Speak Fontenay, and I'm ecstatic. I'm so proud to have founded UMAN back in 2007. In the meantime, in 1997, I actually did a 2-part article in On Point magazine written by Kevin Thomas. I said we had to go back to the future because at the time, we already had passed ESPN TV. We were already in Madison Square Garden. And that being the case, those things were extremely important. And at the time, everything was in a hotel, and the monies, instead of being $1,000, was chopped down to only $300. So it's very important to understand your history. Now, going even further back, 1987 is when everything was completely reset the opposite way. All of a sudden, instead of having techniques have quality, they worked more on speed. And even the people who I looked up to can watch this very day. I can show you where every time they threw a back fist, their hand was open every single time. How could that be a technique? when it should be closing at the moment of contact. The only open hand technique should be a rich hand. And they literally kept their hand open, throw it out like this, and then they raised their hand. I never did that. And that's not something that I would suggest you do. But I did hit people when they hit me in the shoulder and they raised their hand. I punched them right in their mouth because I didn't see it here no stop. No, I'm serious because I live in the Bronx. I still live in the Bronx. And that Bronx mentality never left me. It's supposed to be able to help you get home safe. And then my mother, oh, you should have heard her. She used to just go slapping. Ah! She used to, why are people doing that? And I was like, oh my God, I wish I would have had some more videotape. You have something to say?
No, I was gonna say it. I was gonna put something on, but remember the ad thing is gonna pop up, so never mind. We have to put don't own copyrights.
Yeah. But plus, this has to be focused on the subject matter anyway. So we'll work on some dancing was one of the songs that we have. Yeah. But you know, guys, we want to have a good time, but in all honesty, a lot of you have never been informed of the information. If you have been around 30 years, then you have no idea what happened nearly 40 years ago. And I know that with the intentions of doing well, a lot of people were led by blind people. Or they say that in the world of the blind, the man with one eye is king. But no, I got two eyes and I got clear vision. It wasn't just flavor. I don't have any what would be previous drug addictions or alcohol addictions, so my memory is intact. The reason I'm saying that, guys, is because a lot of people are delusional because their memory has been eradicated by substances. Some people were eradicated by getting hit hard. I'll be honest, I know people that are punch drunk from kicks. Imagine that. You know, in other words, they've been knocked out too many times and they don't really function well. And sometimes I have to help them with their memory. It's just part of the game. However, my point is this. Unified Martial Arts Network literally will help you guys be educated by not just information, but documentation. So those of you who have videotapes, please share them. I really appreciate Billy Beeson, who has been sharing quite a few, not only videos, but also historical photos. The same thing with Abdul Aziz and a bunch of other people. However, I can tell you guys, there's a midget that's my biggest fan, to the point where he's my number one hater and my motivator. He watches everything I do, and every time he tries to copy, and the guy literally is not even worth mentioning his name. However, his high five is about this far, and there's at least 2 videos of him getting knocked out where he talk crap about people. I never been knocked out, by the way. My jaw was broken because my hand was open, my mouth was open when I got hit. However, what I'm saying is this. Don't let the devil distract you. You know when you're doing the right thing when haters pop up. It's not exclusive to me or anybody else. When you do the right thing, you might just get crucified. However, like Jim Kelly said, when it comes, I don't care. I'll be too busy looking good. I'm paraphrasing Enter the Dragon. But the fact of the matter is that even something like that, guys, when people see you as a grandparent and they want to laugh at you, say, oh, what are you doing? You haven't been training, and you guys dust off or grease up your equipment, you becoming Superman, Wonder Woman, Captain America, etc. The alter ego you. That's the person that you deserve to be whenever you choose to be. Because getting home safe is the key. Now, to increase longevity, I would highly suggest you do what Jack LaLanne did. He took care of the inside so the outside could perform. So, again, sometimes people love you and they want to protect you. They say, you're too old for that, grandfather or grandma. But no, do not listen to them, because the fact of the matter is that life is about the battle. And if you give in to the battle of I'm too old, next thing after old becomes dead. And that's just the truth. How many people have retired? Most of them went to St. Petersburg area, statistics showed, which is the oldest area of the United States at one time. Not sure if that is now. And 2 years after, they died. So imagine finally getting to 65 and then 2 years after dying. That's a sad situation. I suggest you never retire from your dreams, goals, and aspirations. So with the Unified Martial Arts Network, our goal is to give you a platform to remind you of who you really can choose to be, and you are a champion, and I salute you. On that note, this is Grandmaster Jerry Fast Feet Fontanes, the founder of the Unified Martial Arts Network, aka UMAN. Y-O-U, man, and women. In order for things to work, we need you, man. Anything else, son?
No.
And that's our sponsor a little bit.
To put our pictures.
What? You mean? Oh, we'll do that. Yes, we'll update you guys on some of the fun things that we get an opportunity to do on a Sunday, like spreading love and getting strikes. How cool was that? And you developed your own flavor of how to do
and
things.
I'm gonna start doing it.
Oh, you did it phenomenal. Okay, God bless. Best wishes, AB.
See you later.
We out of here. Peace.